Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It must be Sunday night. This is your Tampabay Thunderstrikers live show broadcasting from the Jeff's Casa here in beautiful Palm Harbor, scenic Spring Hill, Florida. And now the host of the show, Joe D'Angelo.
Well, a little bit off on the location there.
We don't know where we're at, obviously, or at least our producer today has no clue where we are at. But we are in the beautiful area of Safety Harbor. Safety Harbor.
Okay, so me and Devin came from Palm Harbor. We're in Safety Harbor right now. This is the new studio, and this is the Tampabay Thunderstrikers live show with your host, me, Joe D'Angelo, and my co-host, Mr. Jeff.
Mr. Jeff Snyder. How you doing, folks? Safety Harbor, this is our first Sunday full show in Safety Harbor. So we hope you enjoy it. As a reminder, always tell your friends. Absolutely. Tell people you don't like. We don't care. Just get them listening.
There you go. Our YouTube channel starting to pick up steam right now. We thank you for all those subscribers. We got a whole bunch of new subscribers on our YouTube channel. So this is good.
And we have to thank Devin for setting us up with a Castbox.
Yes.
Castbox, CASTBOX.com.
Very, very good.
Go to Castbox, jump on it, subscribe to the Thunderstrikers. It's free to do.
Yeah.
And listen to us in the car, in the shower, wherever you want to be.
Wherever you want to be. I'm going to finish these announcements real quick before we jump into the show and talk about the Tampabay Lightning, our reason why we're here to educate everybody with the Tampabay Lightning news, notes, and everything that goes, stats, facts, and that's me. And, we have a lot to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about this week.
A lot to talk about. But I want to start off with, helping the Lightning out promote its 19th annual. Sunday, October 27th at 7:30 a.m. is the first race. Log on to TampabayLightning.com/Bolt Run for more information about the Bolts Run. Also, my usual shout-outs. We want to thank Greg Smeeder and Our Place for all the help that they're giving us this year with the toy drive, with the boxes and everything. Nice. We have an upcoming fundraiser on the first week of November after me and Devin get back from vacation. We're going to have a fundraiser at Greg's, Our Place. So that's huge. And, of course, I ran into Chris Viola finally at the arena. We invited him out to the show. And, of course, Gino's Pizza with my boy Ruben and Nico Lemola and Sticks of Fire. We had a great tribute to some lost Sticks of Fire members, and it was really, really good. Beth Hunt, of course, and John Swan, the tributes and everything, which was fantastic. So we're also going to keep you apprised of what's going on in the game tonight, which is ongoing right now. They're in the third period with 19:30 left to go. It's 3-2 Bolts. The Bolts are getting heavily outshot, 33-11. They have not had a shot on goal since the first.
Don't understand it, Joe. Don't understand it. By the way, just so you know, this Bolts run, I just look it up on here. You don't actually have to run. You can actually walk. So it's more for a cause. If you don't feel like running, but you want to walk it and have a good time, you're going to end up in Amalie Arena, right on the ice, and you'll get your participation medal and a shirt just for being in this race. And like I said, everything goes to a good cause.
Absolutely.
So give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk it.
Yeah.
I'm not running.
No, I don't think I would want to run it either.
The only way I'm running is if an ambulance is behind me.
Exactly.
On standby.
Okay, so, we're going to backtrack to the game in Florida, Sunrise. Not the result that we wanted, but I will say this to shorten this up a little bit. The Bolts outshot the Cats 17-6 in the final period. That's a key stat. They did try to get that game tied.
And what do they say about trying? Well, no, we won't go there. A little disappointing for the game all the way around. However, like Joe said, we did have some good things come out of it. I mean, Victor Hedman is our alternate captain now, and Ryan McDonald as well.
Correct. They're
both defensemen.
Both permanent alternate captains. Both have been appointed alternate captains for the Tampabay Lightning for the season.
Yep.
So congratulations to both those guys. Midway through the second period, the Bolts were in the penalty box 3 times in 5 minutes. You're not going to win games when you're in the penalty box that many times.
And there are times, in fact, there was earlier today, a good shot by Hedman getting in the penalty box to save a goal, and we really think he saved that goal. However, if it's just happening to be happening, we can't have that. So we've got to get out of that box.
Yeah, we got it. And you know, it's just, that was bad. 3 penalties in 5 minutes is horrendous. No score in the first period. We go to the second period. Mike Hoffman at 9:39 on a power play. Then Hoffman again at 11:05 with the power play. Then Nico Akari, 12:32. It's 3-0 right off the bat. But Jamel Smith, very impressive. Very impressive.
Come on, fourth line.
Scored 16:23 with the assist by Wiskowski and Maroon. We finally got on the board. So that's how it ended in the second period with the Florida up. But in the third period, again, Mr. Hoffman again, 17 seconds into the third period, his 4th goal of the season, and he had a hat trick in this game. And you know, the Lightning just tried to come back. They 6:40, Steven Stamkos with his first, assisted by Hedman and Shattenkirk, and they finally, you know, persevered in getting their second goal, tightening up a little bit.
Exactly. We know everyone loves to see a good hat trick, but not one is against our Bolts. We don't want to see that.
15:41, Matteo Joseph scored his first goal with the assist by Yanni Gourde and Carter Vanderway. And guess what? We're closing the gap. You know, and unfortunately, we couldn't close it enough. It was a 4-3 final score. The Bolts won 1 and 2 points after this game. And, you know, now we fast forward to today.
Well, let's not fast forward too much. Let's talk a little bit more. I mean, we hate to talk about a loss. No one likes to talk about that.
No.
But we have to give credit where credit is due, and let's give Bobrovsky one heck of a credit.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you had the battle of the goaltenders, and Bassey just got beat up a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, Bassey did a good show. Everyone had a good job. A lot of the takeaways from what Cooper was talking about today was he's really concerned about our scoring chances. We're getting the A chances. We're getting in front of the goal. We're not producing a goal out of it.
Yeah.
We're not following through with what we got. We've got to get combinations up there, get the people in place, get these pucks in the goal, and at the same time start helping out Bassey. He needs assistance no matter how good he is. He's got to get assistance from his D-men.
Yeah.
And they're not coming through yet. But we understand, early in the season, a whole new team, literally a whole new mix-up of teams. These guys haven't really shot together a lot. They haven't had a lot of ice time together. They're still feeling each other out. And until they do, it's going to be hard.
It's going to be a little dicey here and there.
But once they do, we're again a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
So do not give up hope on our Bolts this early in the game.
Exactly. You know, I had a question to me earlier today from your friend, Mr. Stopford, my most excellent producer, about Braden Point and, you know, how long is he going to be out? Well, we know this for certain. He's not going to be, more than likely, not playing Thursday's game. You're probably looking at the following week, maybe, if everything goes well, if the tests come back good.
Well, he had a good time in the ice during practice, skated well from what they said. Right now, I think we're just waiting on the doctors to give him a clearance. And I know Braden would love to get out in the ice right now and be playing, but the doctors are going to determine that, number one, for his own health and contract in the future, but number two, for the health of the team. We can't bring out somebody out there that's not going to be able to play full yet and is going to get hurt again.
Right. You don't want to take a chance, especially with Braden, you know, locking his new contract up. And, you know, you can see all these guys are scoring.
Okay. Go Bolts.
You never know when that's going to come up on you.
But I'll tell you what, let's talk about that fourth line real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, these guys are on fire right now.
Yeah.
Between Smith and Maroon and Witkowski.
Yep.
These guys, it's almost like they're playing their A game, and every time they're on the ice, they're playing like a first-line group. They're melding together. They're working hard as a team. These are the ones to watch, folks, and this is one of the things we've always lacked on the Bolts is we've had great first, second lines, and our third and fourth lines have just kind of come together and been extras. Well, right now our fourth line is so strong that we pretty much have 3 out of 4 really tight lines. And when Braden Point comes back, it's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a beautiful thing. And don't forget, Cedric Paquette, who's got another 2 weeks before he comes back. And, you put him back into the equation once he gets back in 2 weeks.
Yep. And let's talk about some other things, too. I mean, come on, look at Cernak. Cernak had 6 hits on Saturday.
Yeah.
He is really coming into this game physically again. He's really pushing, and the more hits he gets, the more he's going to develop his team and get them forward so that we become a little bit of a heavy hitter, and that's something we've always talked about lacking is our aggressiveness.
Absolutely.
We play very fair. We're known as a very good team, a fair team, but we need to start getting some hits out here.
Absolutely. Good point.
Put some people on the boards.
Good points, and you know what? I love bullet points. I love bullet points because stats and facts are my game, but I also like bullet points. I like to put bullet points on all my notes so this way these things get covered. And these little things like he's pointing out, it's unbelievable the job that they're doing. The expectations on this team and everything is high, and when you get that kind of productivity, it really blends and makes the team that much better, and it's all going to come to fruition. This team is way too good.
Yeah. Well, we learned some lessons last year. We had the talent, we had the skill, we had everything we needed to do, and we all know what happened. But we've learned from that, and I think that they're going to go into this year with a different mindset. We may not see as many straight-out win games like we saw last year, but we're going to see better technical games. We're going to see games that are developing the players, developing the team at the same time.
Yeah, when we're looking at Ryan McDonough, he looked like he got hurt on that play when he
he's fine.
hit to the board.
He's fine.
Oh, man, take my breath away.
It's a flesh wound. Yeah, drink some water, walk it off, you're fine.
Wow.
Get out there and play some ice.
That was scary. We have the game on while we are doing our show. So, it's still 3-2. The shots on goal are 34-13. Both just got 2 shots this period so far.
And a power play.
And one power play
now. So that's a good thing. So here we go. Let's get this other goal, and let's get this game.
And we're in the game with you guys. We hate early games. A 5 o'clock start, that's not how hockey's supposed to be.
No.
You're supposed to get out there when it's just getting dark. You're supposed to leave when it's dark.
Yep,
it is too warm in Florida to be watching a hockey game at 5 p.m.
Exactly. 7 o'clock is the best time.
What a great start.
And, that's why the Lightning have their games at home at 7 o'clock every game this year except for the oddball games.
Yeah, and we didn't get a chance to have a full Sunday show after the last game that we had here, so there have been some changes. Absolutely. Guys, if you have not been to Amalie Arena this year, you have some changes coming.
Yeah.
I hope you like Coke.
I love Coke, but I don't love Pepsi.
Because you're not getting it in Amalie Arena. You're getting Pepsi. You're getting Pepsi products, and that was its own disaster the whole time. We have to, on one hand, give Amalie Arena the benefit of the doubt for the growing pains.
Yeah.
They're coming in. They know they're going to sell out every single game this year. They've totally revamped the entire food court areas.
Home opener was sold out, by the way.
Of course, and it should have been. If it wasn't, shame on y'all. But there's been a lot of changes. A lot of changes in parking and entry.
Yes,
not a lot of it was put out by the season ticket reps or any information really put out too much on the websites. So be prepared to be patient. If it's your first time there, if it's your second time there, well, just yell. Yeah. That's what we do. But a lot of things going on there. I think it's going to be good changes, except for the Pepsi. Sorry. I don't care. But just be ready and understand that there will be changes when you walk in the door.
Yeah, it's obvious. Yeah. You're not going to see the Lightning girls.
No.
You're going to see Pepsi again instead of Coke.
Yeah.
So
Jeff's other prediction is we will talk about Pepsi for the entire season. I can tell you right now, all the way through playoffs. We will be at the Stanley Cup Championships this year, and Joe's going to talk about Pepsi in the Amalie Arena, which is not a bad thing. But that's my prediction for the year.
Well, I mean, that's just me. I'm a Coke guy. I grew up with Coke. And, if I'm going to drink soda, it's going to be Coke. Otherwise, I'm not going to drink soda. Bottom line, I'll drink water. It's healthier for you than soda anyway, so.
And that's our PSA for the day. Water is healthier than soda.
It's true.
So I think we've actually gone from hockey to health. So let's get back to hockey. Let's talk about these guys.
Absolutely.
How about these Bolts, folks? Hey, we're 1-1. I get it. Currently, until this game ends, of course, we are 6th in the rankings out of 8.
Yeah.
We are only holding 2 points so far. Maple Leafs, come on, these guys are 2-0, 8 points already, or 5 points, excuse me.
Yep.
The Sabres are right behind them in number 2 slot, with the Bruins behind that. And it just drops down the Canadians and those Red Wings. Amazingly enough, the Red Wings are actually 1 slot above us.
Yeah.
For now, won't last long.
No, it won't.
But hey, it's early in the season. So it's always fun to watch a team like the Bolts so low in the standings. But no, that's not going to last very long.
No, it's not. It's just, a temporary thing. So
yeah.
So there, I answered the questions. Devin, before we continue on, would you like to indicate to us who's in the chat room, and let's get a rundown?
Yeah. Yep. Let's do it. We had Valerie Lynch.
Hey, Valerie.
Matthew, Kaylee Lynn, John McAmey, Terry Benefield, Nicole Leto, Sean, Tom Toronto, Maureen,
Tom
Andrew.
Toronto, a big Rays fan.
Yep.
That's true.
And
I promised I wouldn't talk about the Rays tonight, by the way.
There's nothing to talk about, folks.
Here we go.
Maureen joined us, and Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller sticks the fire.
There you go. Hey, folks, glad you all are here. Really appreciate you being on board with us tonight and hanging out with us on a Sunday evening, watching the Bolts, enjoying the Thunderstrikers. Like I said, tell your friends. Let's get a big community out here. Let's get people calling in and typing in questions so we can interact and have a good time. We're here to answer questions. We talked about this last week. We're not going to give rumors.
Right.
We're going to give facts. We're not going to give speculation because we don't want that kind of information to go out. This is not that kind of show. However, we will, if we don't know the answer right then, we're going to research it. If we can't research it right then, we'll have an answer for it the next show for sure. So you got to keep watching.
That's it. Bottom line. And Steven Stamkos returned to center for tonight's game. Andre Palat moved to the first line. Johnson centering the third line. Curtis McKinley is career highs in starts with 33, wins with 20, and saves with 1,978 with the Carolina Hurricanes now as a Tampa Bay Lightning goaltender. And he's doing quite well tonight.
Yes, he is.
In the game.
Yes, he is. Did we talk about Bassey's 200th start?
Not yet.
Oh, we have. Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. Vasilevsky, 25 years old. Only his 6th season.
Yes.
200th start last game.
Yep. And
that is unmatched.
Yeah, it is. But he gave up 4 goals, and unfortunately, the Lightning could not get the job done. And even though they had a tremendous effort in that third period with all those shots on goal, I mean, it was 17-6 in the final period, and they were trying. They were trying. So what can you say? That was the battle of the goaltenders, folks.
You can only get in so far.
Congratulations, Fassy.
Yes, again, congratulations to that guy. He's such a hard worker, such a dedicated player on and off the ice. And that's one of the things you hear me talk about all the time is what these guys do off the ice.
Yes.
And Vassy is just a great all-around human being, not only just a hockey player. So congrats to him on his 200th. Looking forward to seeing him hit his 300th one day.
Absolutely. 200-game career. And I might add to this, while we're talking about Vassy's 200th goal, which we didn't get to yet, he needs just 6 more wins to tie Ben Bishop with 31 wins, most all-time, 131. So, yeah, 6 more wins to Ben Bishop's 131 wins for the most all-time. That's incredible.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
He's already caught, and he's going to pass Ben.
He's going to pass Ben. He's in his 6th season. That's something you don't see every day, folks. Big Cat is here to stay as long as he stays healthy. Knock on wood.
6 more wins.
6 more wins, and just multiple wins after that. And we know what a good job he does in the goal, so we're not too worried about seeing that happen.
Wow, most all-time wins for the Lightning goalie.
Yep.
Ben Bishop. And Ben, I love Ben. I miss
Oh,
Ben,
yeah.
but Massey was the incoming successor. He deserved it. Massey deserved it, and Massey's the best goalie in the NHL. So incredible. You know, when you look at that career and everything, it's just amazing.
Yeah, really good job all the way around. And, you know, that's one of the things we have going for us as a team. We don't have one or two players that are superstars that are just out there taking over the ice and leaving everybody else in the dust. Even Palat, he did a real good job against Florida. Did a real good job out there, was strong on the ice, not afraid to get out there and get his hands dirty. We like that. And what I love seeing about these Bolts is we're sharing the goals up. We don't have many multiple goals so far on single players. Everyone's been out there. Of course, my boy Shattenkirk, and I'm telling you, don't forget this, Shattenkirk, MVP all the way around. He's really come into his own. Again, he's scoring multiple goals for us now, and he's really leading his third line, to do a really good job out there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And while we're talking about milestones, you know, Vasi and his milestone, and then him going to catch and pass Ben Bishop for the most wins all time. But you also have to mention Steven Stamkos.
How can you forget Steven Stamkos?
Goal number 394 the other night against Florida, and now tonight he's got number 395.
Yep.
So he's only 5 more goals to catch, and closing in on number 400. That is pretty damn good.
That's another crazy stat right there. 400 goals. Can you believe that?
He's 5 more, and he's 400 goals. So congratulations, Steven, on that goal tonight at 395.
Yep.
So we're rolling. Cooper, his record was 18-7 going into that game against Florida. Now he's 18-8-3, but that's a pretty good, effective record against one team.
For such a newer coach.
For such a coach that really hasn't been in the league that long. But he's been so successful in his win-loss record, which is absolutely incredible stuff.
So as you can see, we're kind of eyes up here as we go along, because it's kind of hard not to watch your Bolts when they're on TV, and the TV's right behind us. Makes it always difficult for any Bolts fan to do anything when the Bolts are playing.
Whoa, McKinley coming up big there.
Oh, boy. But I'll tell you, we were just watching Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson has had an epic game today. He's really been on his skates.
Yeah.
Really in front of the net, charging hard, good stick work. And another kid that just came into our lot here is Smith.
Yes.
We are going to be watching Smith really close. His stick work is second to none. He can really get in there and fight with the best of them. He's not afraid to jump in. He's not afraid to work with the big boys.
Yep.
He's not afraid to keep the puck to himself and work it forward when he needs to.
He deserved that spot that he won.
Yes, he did.
And there's no controversy about it.
But you know what we got to get him? Passing partners. Because he's looking for passing. The boy is looking to pass, and there's nobody to catch the pass.
Yeah, that's fun.
So we have to get that.
That's fun.
And that's going to come the longer we work together, the longer we work as a team, the longer we're cohesive, the longer we skate together. That's going to come. Don't sweat it yet. Now, if we're 15 games in, we're having these same problems, that's an issue.
Right.
But let's hope it's not going to happen.
No.
These guys tonight, Gardner was a superstar for the Hurricanes last night. Did a good job, was able to get in there and get a comeback and a win for them in overtime to bring us to this game today. And these guys are out of their defensive veteran, Trevor Reamsdick. Or I don't even know how to pronounce that because he doesn't play for the Bolts, so I really don't care. But Trevor is out. He's one of their major defensemen. So it's a little bit lopsided for the Bolts. We really should be doing a little bit better than we are today.
I agree.
But then again, we're without point again.
Yeah, and again, the update on him is it's probably going to be another week or two before he comes into wow. That puck is loose out there.
What a great job on McElhaney.
He kept it in front of him.
This guy he's showing vast skills at the moment. Loose puck, but he is laying out, he's covering, he's keeping an eye on things, and I think we've got a really good, promising second backup goalie.
Absolutely.
With McElhaney. Now I do miss Dominique. We all miss Dominique. not only because he was a heck of a goalie, but he was really good behind the scenes. He was a big team motivator. He's going to be missed. Syracuse Crunch is a better group because of him. They lost, of course.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Everyone needs to lose. We can't win them all.
41 shots, 39 saves for McKinley against his former team. And they're just keep on shooting on him. They got 39 shots on him. And there's another one.
And they just scored.
All right, tied it up.
So it's 3-3, folks. Power play goal. McKinley just couldn't, or McElhaney just could not keep up the pressure and let one slip by.
Yeah, the pressure's great. I mean, it's just that, you know, they're getting too many shots on him. The bottom line is that I mean, it's just a ridiculous amount of shots on him right now.
Yeah, and that was a long slap shot from center ice. Tough to see coming. You've got a lot of people in. Cernak was right there. Everyone's view's blocked, but that doesn't stop what we need to do, and we really need to keep watching that one hole.
Yeah.
Because that was a little bit of a high, and McElhaney was down, couldn't get up to retrieve it, couldn't get up to stop it. So now we're 3-3 tied. The problem we have with that is that's what happened to Carolina last game, and they won it in overtime.
Exactly.
So they're not adverse to tying up the score and then sitting on this puck. We have 6 minutes, 56 seconds left, folks. Yep. Let's see if the Bolts can put some points on the board.
They're gonna have to shoot the puck, and that was the mission after the second period. Shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot the puck, shoot on the goaltender, and it's just not happening tonight.
Yep.
It's not happening tonight. You know, that's the bottom line. But Tyler Johnson was the first to get us tied at 1 with a slap shot, 2:22 of the first period tonight, and we tied it at 1 apiece. The Bolts got Shattenkirk his second of the season with assists by Sergei and Yanni Gord at 9:53 to put the Bolts ahead 2-1 at that particular time. And Sergachev again with another assist. Incredible. I mean, he's an assist machine.
Yeah, he's really doing a good job.
He's in the right place at the right time.
Yep.
Stamkos, with his goal, made it 3-1 with the assist from Sergei and Yanni Gord. That made him number 395 as we have a shuffle going on right now. And it looks like Joseph.
Well, Matthew Joseph's not afraid to get in that shuffle. He's usually in the middle of it.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown a lot of ice time so far, but the ice time he has been pretty aggressive.
Yeah, he's aggressive. And Stamkos with the goal made it 3-1, but then that's how he ended it at the end of the first period. And after that, it wasn't so good after that. Both had no shots on goal on the second period. And it's just horrible. You know, 33-11, 34-11, and it just kept on piling up. And McKinley, that's all he could do. He had all he can do to, you know, with all these shots on goal, what are you going to do? Well,
you're going to have to really get a little more aggressive in front of that net with your first, second lines.
Yeah.
Cooper, if you're listening, which I know you're not, it's okay. Somebody tell Cooper that we really need to start putting this puck in the goal. Mm-hmm. We need to take the shots, even if we're not going to make the shots. Let's get out there and let's throw the wrist forward. Let's throw the slaps in there. Let's get these things in and not hold this puck back. I know we like to be time eaters. We like to be careful. We like to be a little more. Oh, that was almost that was off the
it was off the
post. Yay. We like to be a little more reserved with our play, but we're going to have to really drop that and really start kicking in these shots on goal, because 40-13 is just not a way to be a shots on goal.
Absolutely ridiculous. And the Hurricanes are scoring on power plays. Yep. Too many Bolts in the box yet again. That was last night's problem. That's going to be interesting. Tavares, Toronto game on Thursday night. And then we got Ottawa. We should beat Ottawa. Ottawa's been horrible.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope so. And then we got Montreal and Boston.
Yeah, we've got a long road ahead of us.
That's going to be long.
Excuse the term. We do have a long road game ahead of us. 4 in a row coming up after this. But we really have to watch what we're doing. We want to be a more aggressive team, and I get that, and I support that. But we need to balance it out with be aggressive, but stay out of that penalty box.
And that's what's killing us right now. These these two games. Against Florida, we were in that box way too many times.
Yep.
And now tonight, same thing, same result. We had a 3-1 lead, and now all of a sudden it's 3-3 because we couldn't keep our guys out of the box. 2 power play goals in this period have really hurt us.
Yep.
And McKinley looks like it's him against the world right now.
That's right. So I believe it's our 30-minute mark. Mr. Producer, let's sit and see what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually had a couple more people tune in here before I go. Let me get it here. We have Richard Jordan Mendoza and Matt Pryor. Hopefully I said that right. But this is your Thunderstrikers live show, broadcasting from Jeff's Casa and beautiful Safety Harbor,
Look
Florida.
at that. Safety Harbor, Florida. Here we are again.
There we go.
Yeah, I got it right this time.
That's right. And Devin has lost the Spanish language, and it's Casa, which is house. We
got
right
to
now,
give him a script again.
That's right. We've got technical people looking up exactly what a Costa is. We're not really sure, but we know that Spanish for Casa is house, and that's where we're at. In the house of Jeff and his lovely wife, Lisa, who's not on right now, but she's out there watching TV. While we're doing this show, I asked her if she wanted to come in and be a groupie. She said, absolutely not. I don't get it. Oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm cute now. I thought I'd need a groupie, but I guess I don't. Hey, folks, we got a new segment we're going to start doing here, and something gift back to you guys. It's going to be a little trivia contest every Sunday, and maybe they're Tuesdays. We don't know yet. We'll see. But every Sunday night, we're going to have a trivia question regarding one of your favorite Lightning players. The first person to respond on Facebook with the correct answer is going to get a neat prize pack from the Thunderstrikers. You ready for this one?
I'm listening.
The first one. Here we go. Let's talk about Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson is the player of the weekend for us. If you didn't know, this boy didn't always think he was going to be a hockey player. He always wanted to be a hockey player, but he always had to have a backup. Now, this isn't the trivia question. This is just a nice little tidbit here, but it was amazing. If Tyler was not going to be a hockey player, he is actually a trained anesthesiologist. So I guess he can
say that 3 times.
Exactly. He'll put him to sleep on the ice. He'll put him to sleep off the ice too. So he does have a backup. But here's today's trivia question, folks. What is Tyler Johnson's favorite food? Tyler Johnson's favorite food. So if you know the answer, give us a shout on thunderstrikers.com or whatever we're using. The Facebook page, that one.
Yep, just respond to the chat.
Yep.
And we'll go from there. We'd love to hear that answer. If you don't know the answer, well, just come say hello anyways. And when our producer, Devin, gets that answer, he's going to let us know, and we will give you a shout-out and give you a nice little prize pack.
You can always take a guess, too.
Yeah, that's right. You can take a guess.
You can take a guess, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't know.
I didn't know.
But a true Tyler Johnson fan, whoever follows the guy, would probably know that question.
Or if you read the paper this morning.
Which we didn't do.
No.
We woke up and we immediately headed to breakfast.
Nice.
So we did not get no paper, but we did sleep in a little bit today. So
I woke up and immediately went back to bed.
that's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I fed my
My
cats.
bed was calling me.
Yeah. Well, my cats let me know when they need to eat.
They definitely do.
Yep.
Yeah, he Devin knows. So we're still deadlocked here, 3-3. Shots on goal, 40-13 in favor of Carolina, which is absolutely horrible. And, we need to shoot the puck. And, it's just not happening right now. I mean,
Sitting at 5 minutes, under 5 minutes to go, 4:37 currently.
Yeah.
We look like we're dominating. We're all full strength. But it can go either way at this point because Carolina has really been dominating us in the center ice
have to stay
between the
out.
blue lines, and we're not holding it into our offensive zone as much as we'd like to.
Yeah, you got to stay out of the box, and you have to shoot the puck on the net. These are things that we don't.
The basics.
Yeah, really, come on, guys. I mean, and you can't use the fatigue thing as an excuse because both teams played last night.
Right, they did. And in fact, Carolina played longer However, we did have a flight. I mean, there's a million excuses. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're the Bolts. We're not supposed to have this issue. We're supposed to be coming out and doing what we're supposed to do and moving on and winning games.
Absolutely. I don't understand it. We get yourself to a slow start.
Well, and then you know what? Let's think about this, folks. We were on fire last year, right out of the gate. Weren't losing many games. Weren't showing any kind of weaknesses, and what happened?
Yeah.
So before we discount these Bolts, it might just be a slower start to move in. A lot of teams have done this before. Look at a lot of teams down in the pipe all over the years. Slow starts, come out and win the cup, take it all home. So let's keep a hope that they do. Hey, going around the horn, congratulations to Marc-Andre Fleury of the Golden Knights. You know why?
Why?
800th game.
Yes.
800th game for Marc-Andre Fleury.
Been around a while.
He's been around for, seems like forever.
Yeah.
But congratulations to him on a great outing, 800 games. They did a good job. They showed a really good skill, and of course they won that night. So they're 2-2. They're on top of the board with them. Pacific Division is sitting there 2-0. Golden Knights, the Ducks, and the Oilers. So all three of them are out of the gate real well.
Absolutely.
Central's got the Avalanche and the Blues. Oh, sorry, I got that wrong. The Avalanche are 2-0. Everyone else has dropped at least one, or at least had a tie. Capitals and Rangers, and unfortunately the Hurricanes, who we're playing right now, are all 2-2. And then the Maple Leafs, Sabres, Bruins, they're also blanking everybody so far. Congratulations to all those teams so far. Good luck when you play us, because we're gonna beat you.
Yeah, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna get our things going here. And again, they're gonna take care of this. They're gonna take care of the business and everything. I have faith, and it's much too soon to be really concerned or worried about this. This team's gonna overcome the obstacles. It's too good a team. It's too good of players that we have. The additions were fantastic.
They really are.
And JBB did a fantastic job assembling this team together, despite an unbelievable $74 million committed to 14 players.
Exactly. Now, I'll tell you, there's some new challenges coming out that are going to slow play. Unfortunately, we're going to be looking at some things that are actually going to be slowing play instead of speeding it up, especially one of the coaches' challenges now. A coach can challenge a call on the ice that follows the offensive zone that should have resulted in play stoppage. So if it's a goal call on the ice, it should have been play stoppage. Normally that was not a challengeable play, but it is now. So number one, that's what's one more challenge that's coming out. Number two, referees are now required, and the word required is actually underlined in the NFL rules this year, to conduct on-ice video review of all major non-contact penalties. So if there's a major or it's a match penalty, they are required to review it, which, folks, is going to slow down this game.
It's gonna slow it down.
We hate to see it happen, but at the same time, they're saying it's for the safety of the players. They're saying it's for the integrity of the game. You can't really argue that, even though we like to see fast-paced hockey.
Yeah. The changes were coming, and you knew they were coming.
They're always going to. And that's going to happen. Anytime you have a sport like this, especially one that's gaining popularity. Now, as we're losing baseball and football and things like that, and watching them slowly start to fade away, hockey has actually gotten a big resurgence because of several factors, one of them being soccer.
Absolutely.
And they're seeing that this is the kind of game people want to watch. Fast-paced, moving, constantly changing, constantly things happening. But that's going to mean that there's going to be rule changes, because they're going to make sure that the players, we talked about the helmet rule last week.
Yep.
They're going to make sure these players are safe. This is a bloody ballet. We know it. It's a rough sport. It's a high-contact sport. But we do want to keep our players healthy.
Absolutely. We want to look out for the best interests of the players' health and getting hurt.
Yeah.
Now, what is going on here? Did they call a penalty?
Yeah.
It's looking like Cross.
Is that on us?
Well, let's see. Well,
Unbelievable.
while he's looking at that, we'll talk about awarded goals now. I hate to see it. If a goalkeeper actually during the course of a breakaway goal dislodges that goal, it's an automatic goal for the opposing team. So your goaltenders are going to have to play a little more smart and make sure that they are not crowding that goal, not bumping it. Because if they dislodge it during a breakaway and everything breaks loose, that's going to be a goal awarded to them. So they got to be real careful about that.
Yeah.
So we're on another power play.
They were on a penalty
Carolina's
kill.
on?
Yeah,
All
they gave
right,
a
here we go again.
They gave Shattenkirk a penalty.
Well, it's a 1 minute 48-second power play, but we have 31 seconds left in the game. So it looks like we're going to be going into overtime.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It's going to go with overtime. 23, 22, 21.
And let's hope that happens and we can keep ourselves in here. And if we have to go to a shootout, we have the talent for it. We're not going up against Bobrovsky like we did last time.
No.
We're not going to do it to
the other
worry about
Russian,
that.
The other Russian. Great Wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
now
two
what?
guys. Oh, boy.
Is he calling another penalty?
Looks like it.
7.9 seconds left in the game, folks. As you can see, we're kind of glued to this at the same time. We know we're live. We know we're doing a show. But, hey, we always know that hockey always wins.
Absolutely. We have to keep an eye on our bolts.
Always. That's
and
what
we
we
have
do.
to keep you. What if you're not in front of your TV and you need to know updates? And
Yeah, there's
scoreboard
no way
updates?
you'd figure out the score.
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Hey, just so you know, one of these rule changes, since we're so close, we'll talk about another rule change later. The game is over in regulation.
Ooh.
It is now 3-3 tie score.
Yep.
And we're going into overtime, folks.
Overtime.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
We're not afraid of it,
Nope.
but it's not something we like to see.
McKinley boy, I tell
Especially
you.
since we had a really good run this game.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of shots on goal, but we kept ahead
Yeah.
until the end. And that's pretty much where Carolina wanted us, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I say let's just get it done. Let's just get it done.
Let's hope for the best.
Let's get that goal and get this win.
Yep. All right, folks. If you have any questions, don't forget to let us know. Keep us in your thoughts.
Yep.
Keep us on your Facebook. Keep us on your Castbox.
Subscribe on that button.
Subscribe on that button. We love to see subscribers.
Absolutely.
And the good thing about Castbox is, so you know, as these shows are put on to the podcast, it will download automatically to your phone or tablet or whatever device you are a member of with Castbox to listen at your leisure. You don't have to listen to the whole thing at once. You listen to part of it. It's a great little system. It's a great new platform that we're using. We're having a real good time with it.
Absolutely. And there's more coming, too. It doesn't stop there, folks. It's just going to keep on coming.
Yes, it's going to keep on coming.
We love surprises.
Yeah, we're talking about satellite. No one knows satellite.
We love to give you surprises. So
if you'd like to see us on satellite, we're going to throw a tennis ball in the air one day and kind of hope for the best and see if that works or not.
It might work.
Yeah, 5-minute records. Tampa was 7-3 last season. Carolina was 5-5. Carolina's already won one of these already this season in overtime.
We'll see how Cooper holds us out.
Come on.
You know, he keeps his composure and does a good job of that all the way around. Let's see if he can keep his composure today. While we're waiting for that to happen, let's talk a little bit more. Finish up a couple of these little issues. Is line changes.
Yeah.
We love to see line changes, get these guys out fresh. Now, if a goalie traps the puck outside of the red zone, the defensive team may not line change. That's going to be a big deal because a lot of teams were depending on their goalies to trap that puck, get on top of it, and then make their line change and get fresh. That's going to change, and that's going to help out a lot of teams. It's probably going to help us out a lot because we don't do a lot of that.
Right.
We don't rely on our trapped pucks to get fresh skates on the ice. So that's going to be a challenge for a lot of teams that aren't used to that kind of thing, especially your younger teams.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So that's going to be interesting.
All right, we got a minute left in the power play.
Yeah.
And we're sitting in overtime, 4:42 left in overtime. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Not a way you want to start an overtime, Joe.
No, not
being on a power play. That's kind of the last thing you want to have happen, but
I tell you,
McKinley's
been really, really good.
Well, he's been good except for 3 times.
Yeah. Well,
But then again, that's hockey right
Yeah.
there. That's
Yeah,
what it
I
is.
mean, you look at how many saves he's got tonight and how many shots he's faced. 3 out of, all those. I mean, they just kept on.
41 shots on goal.
Yeah.
He saved 38 of them.
38
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
For a brand new goalie, first time on the ice for the Bolts.
And they're
He's played for a few
right
teams
now.
before, and yeah, they're sitting in our zone. But then again, we've got the coverage, and well, we're going to hopefully get it out of there. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. Are you still watching? Well, I'll tell you what. My TV decided to ask me if I'm still watching a hockey game. I don't think any TV should ever ask you if you're still watching a hockey game.
No kidding.
Because the answer is yes, I'm watching the hockey game.
Absolutely, with great intensity, and the heartbeat is racing
Yes.
because they are threatening McKinley right now because we're man down.
Yep. Not for long. Hopefully.
Not for long.
We've got a few seconds left.
Not for long. A few seconds left, but they're threatening.
Yep. We do have play stoppage right now. They're showing some reviews. Like 8 seconds left in the power play. 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the overtime for this section, and we'll see if we can keep it up.
I don't want to see a shot.
Who do you think's coming? Who do you think's coming out, Joe? You think they're going to put their fourth line back out, see if they can do it, or are they going to put Stamkos and Cooch out?
I don't think they're putting them out.
I have not seen a lot from Stamkos and Cooch today.
Nope.
Seen a little bit from Hedman. He's had a really good
he's
game.
Out there right now. McDonough's out there right now.
Yep.
So we have to get Shattenkirk back out.
I'm hoping.
Get him out of the box.
But let's get a dream team line. Let's get Shattenkirk out there. Let's get Smith. Let's get all these guys that we want, our fourth line out there, and start just hammering these guys away for the next 3 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah, and you know what? 13th career start with 40-plus saves for Curtis McKinley. He's used to this, and, man, he wants to win this game really bad against his former team.
Well, I'd like to win this game really bad, too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
I think we all do.
We want to declare victory. We do.
Of course.
But we got to get through this. It's 8 seconds more.
Well, and a little more after that. But, yeah, 8 seconds left on the power
comes
play.
out of the box, and, we're
Well.
even strength. Okay,
Again,
there it is.
we are really
Full
full
strength.
strength again. We're really showing that we've got the skills when we're a man down to keep the puck
Yeah.
out of the goal, but we're not keeping it out of the defense line. And the goal's now been dislodged. That's going to be a penalty. Nope, they're just going to drop it off and send this puck out.
Yep.
Great. All right, get the goal
Place
fixed.
it back in there. Man, I tell you, these things, man, I'm telling you.
It's extremely hard to do a show while a hockey game's going on. It's hard to do anything when a hockey game's going on. I've found myself trying to drive and listen to a game. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, especially when you got Michigan screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yep.
So, yes, we are at full strength now. The shots are 43-13, 3-3. In the overtime, we got 3 minutes and 31 seconds to go. So let's see if we can put them away here and avoid the shootout, which we don't want.
Yeah, we don't want to shoot out.
We don't want the shootout.
Well, nobody wants to shoot out.
No, but nobody wants to shoot
Since
out.
we didn't do so good against Carolina in our last shootout attempts.
Yeah. Well, here they come. Let's see what happens here.
They scored.
That's it.
Yeah, well, that was a game-winning goal by Carolina. We are now down 1-2. It's going to put us down. It's going to give us a little bit of a hurt for the rest of the road trip. Definitely something we have to think about and worry about, but it cannot let us down. We have to understand that we're still without point. We're still down a few players.
That was a bad play right there.
Yep.
And he just got free, and it's almost like there's nobody in front of him to.
And again, we talked about this earlier in the show, is our goalies are great. They're fantastic goalies, but if we cannot give them a good defensive line, we cannot give them that D-line.
He was all alone taking that shot.
It's all on them.
Yeah,
And
see the coverage right there?
yeah, after a while, you just cannot – you can't let that continue to happen, or we're just going to start losing games left and right. We can't have that. A few minutes left in the show.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Let's talk about some of our no-trade clauses coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be keeping Tyler Johnson. He had a great game today.
Yes.
He shined. We're going to be keeping Alex Killorn for a long time. He's on our no-trade clause for now. Yanni Gord, I mean, these are some strong names.
I seriously think Alex Killorn is going to be gone in another year.
We hope that doesn't happen. He's a strong player. He's aggressive. He's really good on the ice. He's really good with that puck. He's got great stick handling skills. But again, it comes down to money. It comes down to players. It comes down to how are we going to finish all this off.
Well, I mean, you have to make room for some of the guys that are going to be restricted free agents. And, you got several key guys that are going to be wanting raises. And, I think I really hit that on one of my past shows. There's some really good guys that their contracts are going to need to be negotiated with, and the Lightning are going to have to get rid of one of their $5 million guys.
Yes.
And, Seattle's going to claim one of our players anyway, too.
Yeah.
So there comes money off the books right there when Seattle goes ahead and claims one of our players. So that's big. But there's no doubt about it. We're going to have some cap problems coming up next year. That's going to be a huge.
Yeah,
huge
we've also still got McDonough, Palat, and Shattenkirk on no trade clauses. And then, of course, we got Victor Hedman and Steven Stamkos on no movement.
Yeah.
They're straight out no movement clauses.
They're not going to be moved anyway. So
exactly. But folks, we have to realize that at the end of the day, it's still a business.
Yes.
As much as we're passionate about our hockey and passionate about our Bolts, and we love our Bolts, it's still a money-making operation. It's still a business, and they have to be fiscally responsible, not only to their own team, but to the fans and to Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. Now, next year, when you brought that up, I see on my notes that the restricted free agents are Cirelli, who you can't really, you can't lose him.
Can't lose him.
Sergachev, you certainly can't lose him either, and Cernak. So you got three big guys that are restricted free agents next year. And again, as I expanded many times, you have $74 million committed to just 14 players up to 23 on the roster.
But at the same time, Joe, name me three players that aren't superstars for the Lightning. I can't name three players. Everybody's on one of my favorites. Everybody's somebody I want to keep. Everybody's got a talent that they bring to the ice. And that's what makes it so hard for these coaches and this coaching staff is to balance that out. We want to keep our superstars. We want to keep the players that the fans want to come see skate.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to have room for the newer players to come in, or we're going to be one of those old teams that has the same players every year and just keeps failing and failing.
It's going to be like the old Chicago team, where they had such big contracts and everything that they broke the team up and they went into the dumpster.
Yep.
That's what happens when you have so many players and you sign them long term. The reason why I say Killer is the perfect candidate is because his becomes a modified no trade clause after this season, and they'll save $4.45 million just with Killer. And of course, we're going to lose a player, so there's more money right there. So it's we've talked about it many times in the past shows. They're difficult. Even JBB has said that next year is going to be the worst year for the cap. Yep. And it's $81.5 million right now. If it goes up to 83 or 84, it's not going to matter because you have these big long-term signings just taking effect with their new numbers to the cap.
Right.
And that's very important for everybody to know. So,
but things change. Hey, we're lucky. We're not one of those teams that did real well last year and then sell off all our players and make a bunch of money and run.
Exactly.
And then we're a horrible team with no names that we don't know who's even on the ice.
JBB did an excellent job. Yeah, we lost a few guys. The Strawmans and some people.
That was a sad one to see go.
But you look at what he brought in, and he kept it under perfectly.
Yep.
And now he had to do that, and then he had to negotiate that bridge deal with Point, which on the Friday before that weekend that he signed, they were $1 million or $2 million behind.
Yep.
On their offer, and then they anteed up and they said, okay, we got a deal.
And remember, nobody's going to be happy. You can't make everybody happy on all these trades. You can't make everybody happy on a retention. You can't make everybody happy about who goes. But, folks, who would have been happy if Point was not re-signed? We all know that was a big deal.
That was.
We all know not only is he a heck of a player, but he's a heck of a person, and he really does draw in the crowds. He really does draw in the fans. And sometimes we have to understand that it's more than just putting a puck in a net when it comes to hockey,
Absolutely.
especially these days when you have a fan base that's fickle. And believe me, I'm sure I don't even want to look at Facebook right now because I know how, we're terrible. Oh, we're horrible. Oh, we're not horrible. We're not terrible. We're going to lose games. It's how we come back and what we do when we develop, when it starts to really get mid-season and late season, how we stack up against these teams. Are they continuing to get better or are they failing? Are we continuing to get better or are we staying status quo?
Exactly.
I truly don't believe that we're going to be staying status quo.
No.
We're going to learn from this. Cooper is one of the best things about him. He learns from his mistakes. He moves forward. He puts the last game behind him, but doesn't forget the mistakes that were made.
Exactly. And that's the bottom line. So, Mr. Producer, we are coming up to our final couple of minutes of the broadcast. So we're going to do our final thoughts here. And
did anyone come up with the answer?
No, actually not.
Nobody?
Really?
Nobody?
Nobody read the paper today?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Tyler, well, it carries off into next week.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, look it up this week. I'll give you a hint. TampaBayTimes.com.
Yeah.
Read the article.
For him. Re-say the question for him.
What is Tyler Johnson's favorite food?
Favorite food?
It's pretty easy, folks.
That is.
Yeah.
Even an easy guess, but that's all right. Glad you were here tonight. Go ahead with your final thoughts, please, Jeff.
Oh, no. Devin.
Thank y'all for watching. We love y'all. And please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go subscribe to that Castbox. We enjoy y'all. Hope you have a good week. See you Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
From Snappers.
Yep.
From Snappers Bar and Grill in Palm Harbor, Florida.
Wings.
Yes, wings and hockey.
Keep the faith. Go Bolts.
Okay, and now my co-host, Jeff, what do you got to say to everybody?
My final thoughts are this. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Let's get people subscribing. Let's have an interactive time. Let's get a bunch of questions out here. We're going to have a good hour twice a week, if maybe even more in the future.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
We're so glad you're here. We want you to be involved. We want you to be part of the show. And go Bolts.
When it comes right down to it, folks, me being a member of Sticks of Fire since, 2015, regardless of what groups you elect to go and join, bottom line here is it's all one family. We're all rooting for the Bolts. We all love the Bolts. Through victories, through defeats, we lost tonight.
And ties.
If
we have one.
Shootouts. I mean, this is what happens. You get off to a bumpy start, that's okay. Don't panic. I don't want to see floods of emails or text messages saying, Joe, what's the matter with the Bolts? Joe, what's going on with the Bolts? There's a panic. All of a sudden, everybody's raising the roof because we lose a couple of games. Folks, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's going to happen. This is the early part of the season. It's not time to panic. What are we playing? 3 games? 2 games? 3 games? Don't panic. Don't worry. They're going to figure it out. Everything's going to be okay. Cup or bust. There is no other way to say it. We have got to win the cup this year with this team, with this orchestration of the 23-man roster. There's no reason why we can't. We got the talent to do this. There's a few hiccups right now and bumps in the road. That's okay. Don't panic. Like I said, I don't want to, get bothered by this so early in the season because they come to me and they always say this. Joe, what's the matter with the Bolts? Why are they losing?
I believe we have 79 games left to play.
Yeah.
In regular season.
Come on.
79 games, folks. The odds are not against us.
So we got a surprise. I mean, Tuesday night, the WZIG radio booth.
104.1.
104.1 on your dial, on the FM dial. We're going to have a great show on Tuesday night. We're going to have Byron there, our regular co-host for Tuesday nights. He's going to cover the first half of the shift. And then we're going to bring in Jeff, and he's going to be introduced to the WZIG radio booth from the producer, Mr. Devin Stofford. So catch us on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Snappers Comedy Club and Grill. It's going to be Dollar Taco Night as always, but we're going to have wings.
Gotta have wings.
Because we love the Snappers wings. I mean, that's what
everyone loves Snappers wings.
Oh,
they're fantastic.
They are so good.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. We want to thank Jeff for the Casa, and we love it, and we're very comfortable here. And this has been a great show. So we welcome you Tuesday night to the radio booth, and we'll see you then. Tuesday night, go Bolts. No crying. I don't want to hear any bad messages. No bad chats. Relax.
There's no crying in hockey.
Goose Fraba. Goose Fraba. Yes, there is no crying in hockey. Do not let it get to you. So what? It's early in the season, folks. No panic. We'll see you Tuesday night. Have a great night. Take care, everybody. See you Tuesday. God, I can hear it now. They got it. That's what they do.